That is why we need to get into our why power. So now, how to access that why power? Okay, wonderful. But how to know what is my why power? That depends entirely on your core values. Every human being has some core values. For some, love is a core value. For someone, selflessness is a core value. For someone, altruistic. That means putting other person before you is a core value. For someone, kindness is a core value. So we need to, and for few people, hate also is a core value, author says, and I will explain that why also. Because many of the times when we look at the people who are very successful in their life, someone might have told them you cannot do this. Because of that, they developed that hatred towards not the person, towards that their incapacity. I will do it, I will prove the world wrong. So that willpower generated out of their hate for the comments they were listening, and that's why they became successful. Like that, if we see in the history, there are so many stories like that. Okay, maybe to that extent greatness, not even to that extent of greatness, but many of us have got into this community. Initially our friends, all of them might have told, why you're wasting, why are you just, you have beautiful job. Even I have my mother telling, you have a beautiful job, no tension, why do you want to again start another thing, all of that. But there is something which attracted me to this community. Because of that, I survived. And the people who said, now why do you want this kind of thing, then they tell others, you just do like that. They tell my nieces, just like Atta, you do it, see how she's growing. So even my purpose in this community has started with people telling me I cannot do. So very minute level, like that we'll have a lot of things. So to access our why power, what we need to do is we need to know what are our core values. Because core values are like our internal compass, okay, your personal GPS. They are your guiding beacon, okay, like guiding light, okay. And through these core values only, we view the world, we view the people, and we view the experiences, and through that only we start responding or reacting towards life. So that's what, like, so our core values as active filter through which we run our lives, demands, requests, temptations, or taking action. So beautifully the author has put it. So that's what it is very important. And core values also, once you define your core values, we will be able to make decisions very, very prudently. Okay, so there will not be guilt factor after we take a decision, because we will not leave it in between, because our decisions are powered by why power, not by our willpower. If we are focusing only on willpower, 100% we are going to fail. Okay, why? We will also see it here. So we can make powerful choices and we can take 100% control of our life if we can define our core values. Okay, today we can take some time. uh, when you, there are so many core values like justice, unity, peace, all of that. And most of the revolutions in the world, even we fought and we got freedom because of this core value only, because we wanted justice, we wanted freedom for our country. That's what we got freedom. So like that, we will take some time today and define ourselves. And how to do that, if you can see, the author has given a little link he has given, so you can just do it on your own little research. So in the book, the compoundeffect.com resources, in that it is there, how to identify your core value, and exercise. So all of us can do. Tomorrow in the session we can do this, because if we define this, then the rest of the things are going to be easy. Okay, so now most of the time what happens is, once we decide I want to do something, once we decide, what do we do? Before that, compounding effect, no matter, once you find your why power, once you find your core values, the compounding effect definitely is going to work, and it is going to take us somewhere in our life. But the question is, where is it taking? Is it taking towards our goals, our desires, our dreams, or because we have automated a lot of habits in our life, it is taking somewhere where I don't want to go? So that is the question that we need to ask. Because if we have to know this compounding effect of our habits, where it is taking, then we need to clearly define what are our goals, what are our dreams, and what is the destination that I want to reach. And here beautifully there's a person who tells, like, if for that, and if I need to know where is this compounding effect of my habits taking me in my life, I need to set clear goals. But most of us, when we set the goals, suppose I say I want to reduce some 10 kgs of weight, immediately what do? What I need to do in order to reduce 10 kgs. Or if I have to do, immediately I go with what I need to do in order to complete core. This is the question we ask, but that is the wrong question. What we need to ask is, who do I need to become in order to lose 10 kgs of weight? Who do I need to become in order to complete core? Because we said it depends on the Y power. So it depends on the core values. So it depends on the compounding of habits. But this compounding of habits will happen only when you have a clarity of your Y power and the clarity of the goal. I mean, like the values that you have. So now onwards, I remember when I was reading this, my coach Mutisa told me, whenever you have some problems or anything like that, because I used to be very emotional and for everything I used to so startled by the life's events, then I immediately I fall back on him initially. So that's when he told me once, and that advice has helped me so much. Whenever you have some problem, just think, if my coach is in that situation, how will he handle that situation? If my coach got same kind of things, you are selling supplements, you are not really helping, this question, if your coach handles, how will he handle? So that means, in a way, he asked me to become my coach in order to face life situations. So this is what author also is telling again, like, who do I need to become in order to achieve whatever I want to achieve in our life? So how many of you are going to change the question that you are going to ask from now onwards? Hand raise. Nobody. Okay, Vishala, I will see only few names. Okay, Srinivas, I can see. Okay, Jayalakshmi raised hand. Wonderful. Wow, good. Many are there. Okay, I'm just checking whether you are listening or not. Okay, good. Wonderful. So next we move on to, and another thing very, very important is, right now I have a beautiful desire. Like, we will take the context from our own community only. I have a desire. Many of us here, nobody can say that I'm not striving for core. Everyone is striving for core. So you have a goal of accomplishing core, and you are here. But you know what stands between these two? I am here, my goal is here, but between my goal and me, there is my behavior. So if I am not going to interrupt the pattern of my behavior, I will never reach my goals. And my behavior can be interrupted, disturbed. Okay, because the set of behavior right now that I'm having, it's not going to take me towards my goals. So that means I need to change my behavior. And most of the time we change the goals. Okay. I say I will help 50 people. I did it in my life. I say I'll help 50 clients in a month. Maybe after 10 days, I'll say, okay, this month I'll go for 40 clients. Okay. So after sometimes I say, okay, this month I'll go for 10 clients. So I'm changing my goal, but not the behavior. But where is that shifting should happen is in the behavior. And this, they are telling it all the time, but we are not doing, because we have not defined our Y power. So this today we'll define our Y power, and that will fuel our behavior, and that behavior compounds and we achieve our goals. Okay. So this is beautifully they kept. So now you are there, and your choice is there. Then you have a behavior, and that behavior turns into habit, because behavior is an action. When you keep on repeating that action multiple times, that turns into a habit, and that habit compounds, and you are giving time. How many times you are doing a particular behavior, that compounds in time, and you achieve your goals. So this is the pattern that happens in every human being who are working for their goals. So between you and your goals, there is a behavior, and that behavior is what we need to interrupt, and that behavior is what we need to compound. If we do that, we are going to achieve. So the next thing I want to, so here Peter Paul, so he says, I mean, like, I would like to quote what he says is, whatever you vividly imagine, okay, ardently desire, with whole heart you desire, and you can clearly see what you want in your life, sincerely believe, okay, and enthusiastically act upon, you will inevitably achieve that. That's what he says. So desire we need to do, then we need to be sincerely thirsting for it, Like when we feel thirsty, we wait like one glass of water. If it is available, it's enough for me today. So like that, we need to thirst. We need to be quenching for our goals. Now, and what we need to understand here is again, you only see and experience and get what you look for. Okay, something I cannot see in my mental picture, something I cannot imagine in my brain, I cannot see it. And here, beautifully, that example, even the last session, someone gave that. Suppose suddenly you thought like you want to buy a car, and that car has been roaming on the roads every time when you've been out in the road. But suddenly that car gets your attention because now you decided and you created a mental picture that you would like to buy a car. So that is same thing. Likewise, even here, if we take in the little negative aspect, I'll tell my own experience in the initial stages when I built this opportunity. Most of the time, I used to go to Murthy sir and say, sir, nobody wants to take sir diet because they're asking these are Amway supplements. And I do really get such kind of clients only. And when sir said, just to see that you might be attracting those kinds of clients because you might be beforehand fearing. So that's true. I used to say, let this client not say it's Amway supplements. Let this client not say, are you going to give supplements? So I used to foreplay that thought multiple times in my mind. And when I do the consultation, at the end of the consultation, that is the question that client asks because I was afraid of that question. Okay, so because I was attracting that, so both the way we can attract things. So once we mentally have a vivid picture of what we want, then we need to act upon enthusiastically in the positive sense so that we attract those things. 1 minute. Okay, so now what we need to do is we need to identify what are the triggers. Everybody has got some triggers of their particular behavior. So every time we are happy, we act in the same way. Every time we are sad, something triggers us. Every time we are angry, something triggers us. So that is what we need to do it. Okay. So that is what. So first thing we need to identify the triggers. So what are those triggers? There are vividly, chala clearly, like the author has given. Few things I will suggest. Like so, the next time when something you act in particular way which you are not happy, then you need to. Are you more likely to drink? Suppose you have a habit of drinking. Here, nobody will have the alcohol, all of that. So let's say we have coffee, many of us take. So every time you have a desire to drink a coffee, just remember which is the trigger point. Is it like you have worked very hard for last 2 hours and you're feeling little stressed out? Is it the trigger point? Or when you are with certain people, like somebody you are within association with a few people who are not conscious of their health, so they are drinking, so that is when you need to avoid that situation. So you need to avoid the company of those people, or you need to avoid such kind of situations. Or for me, I had a habit and I broke that pattern. So every time I had some disagreement with Arun or somebody or with the client, that is some disturbance. Then I say, today I am disturbed, my mind is disturbed, so I will watch something. And that's how I wasted a lot of time. So I'll start watching, I need to refresh my mind, I used to say. But I realized after sometimes I am actually giving in to the situations to control me. I need to control. So I started next time when it is happening similar kind of situations, I started withdrawing myself, not watching reels, all of that, but I started writing down like whatever feelings that I am getting, because I can't tell that person, that might spoil the relationship. I started writing in the like whatever I feel, that is the emotions that I'm being very comfortable, and that is helping me to burn out that negative energy that evoked in me during that situation. So that is how I did it. And next one, is there a particular time of the day when you just have to have something sweet? Maybe few people soon after eating lunch or dinner, they like to have a sweet. So is that the one that is helping you to eat more sweets? So like this, you need to identify the situations. Okay. Now when do you experience some particular emotions? Who are you with when you are experiencing that emotions? Or what emotions tend to provoke your worst behavior? Maybe sometimes we throw the things or we shout loudly on people. That must be the worst behavior of ours. So we need to ask, what emotion? Is it stress? Is it tiredness, or is it anger, or is it nervousness, or is it boredom? Even now, I will tell right now also. So you have seen me. I just put off video audio off, and I spoke with Arun, because when I am focusing here, I'm already tensed, because even all lot of sessions we did also. Whenever I need to present something, I get tensed. So I am doing it here, and Arun comes and he does something on the screen, so that is disturbing me. So immediately I acted like, you stop that, no? Okay, so that is my, whenever I need to do something, I need to present, I get tensed. So if I can understand that, then we can maybe slowly we'll become aware. I don't know, once I become aware, immediately I'll next become a U-turn and in my life. No, maybe slowly the awareness itself is a solution, 50% of solution to the problem. So that is one thing. The next point is uh, clean house. Okay, literally we mean to say clean house. It's very good. See, whenever there is a festival, all of that, what do? We clean the house thoroughly. So now, if you want to stop drinking coffee, do not get sugar, milk, and coffee to your home. Okay, do not ask anybody in the home not to get it that. Or if you want to stop drinking alcohol, and even when, see, we, I love to drink coffee because I have beautiful mugs, coffee mugs, okay, every day in one. So even author says that you do not empty your house of all that fancy glasses and cups, so that you will not feel the desire, because that is an anchor for you to drink coffee. Maybe sometimes you really don't want, but say that mug, that coffee mug becomes an anchor for you to go and prepare a coffee and drink. So we need to clean. Suppose you want to have a healthy food, don't get junk food to your home. So these are very self-explanatory. You can read it a little bit. So like that, multiple times you just need to clean up. Or like last call, some coach has said that suppose you want to go every day for the gym, but you are not able to. So previous nights itself, like Himaja has said, previous night itself, you wear the gym wear. Okay, put a yoga mat, keep everything ready so that you can. So something we need to do like that in order to achieve. The next one is swap it, and most of the time for few people, sudden change their body won't accept, because somebody's brain cannot comprehend big chunks. For somebody, they can comprehend big chunks. So you need to chunk it down, make it a smaller micro goals. Like suppose somebody, suppose like soon after eating food, somebody has a habit of eating sweet. Now suddenly cutting the sweet will create more stress, and the next moment they are stressed, they will eat double the amount of sweets. So that is what some of the clients tell us. So now what we need to do is, so instead of sweet, maybe we can switch to a healthier thing. Like they can have 1-2 pieces of coconut, or they can have a cheesecake, something which is not happening. I mean, please do not suggest to the diet clients. This is something for us, okay? So like that, slowly we can come. Maybe last time also Dr. Achina said, suppose some clients are suggesting them like, I cannot do away with coffee, then say diluted milk and little bit of sugar. Then later on, even that is completely off. Then like that, slowly we can do. But does it work for everybody? No, it doesn't work for everybody. Sometimes what you need to do is you need to jump in. For few people, jump in method will work. So that is the fifth habit. I'll speak about the fourth trigger, jump in. That is what is like for someone, if they say tomorrow onwards I won't drink, and they should start with that. Such kind of things will be helpful for few people. For a few people, this kind of swapping it will help. Okay. Next, ease in. So this Eason is what, like what author says with a beautiful example. So whenever he lives nearby ocean, so whenever he goes to the beach, first thing he wets his ankles, then slowly he wets his up to knee length, he gets into water. After that, up to his waist length, he gets into water, and like that, slowly he accustoms his body to that cold water. Similarly, as I said, so ease in effect is that. So we need to slowly habituate ourselves to the healthy habits. The next one is like, yeah, I just swap it enough. You need to, as I said, you need to, instead of completely switching off, you replace with something healthy like that. So these are the triggers that we need to Yeah, these are the few things like we need to. I mean, 5 strategies for eliminating bad habits. Now, next one is run a wise check. So here I would like to quote. Last time Moti sir also has 2-3 times he quoted Naren sir's example. He used to eat non-veg, but suddenly he stopped eating chicken because he just want to check how much control his mind has on his life, and just because of that only he did not eat. So this is what run a wise check is, that after you need to check whether your habits are controlling us or we are able to control our habits. Like without people who are drinking coffee, without coffee can you survive a day, or it's kind of a desire that without coffee I cannot do. That means that habit is controlling us. So now and then we need to check. If it is not, like whenever you want you can control, then you can be very comfortable with yourself, because that's okay to have sometimes. Okay, likewise alcohol, likewise watching reels, or likewise different things, like few people having sweets. Okay, these are the things can I control. Maybe we can also do with the emotions. The next time I get angry, 2 minutes I'll try to see whether I can control or channelize my emotion properly. Maybe first time we'll fail, second time we fail, but third time we will be able to overcome. So like the different, I'm speaking about because I can speak about my emotions. Okay, so I'm giving those examples. So next, 6 techniques for installing good habits. So we have learned like 5 strategies how I can eliminate these bad habits. Now how to install good habits, because once I eliminate there is a vacuum. This vacuum need to be filled by with good habits. Otherwise again I fall back to my previous self. So first thing, set yourself up to succeed. Most of the time, so as I said, if a new lifestyle has to fit into my life, it has to be it has to find some place in my timetable. Likewise, most of the time, coach tells us put a particular time for HPH. That HPH has to be in your schedule. Okay, if you do not write HPH time in your schedule, you are not going to do it. So that is what actually happened to me also. I failed because sometimes I write, sometimes I don't write it, HPH time in the schedule. So whatever good habit I want to install in my life, that need to find a space in my schedule. If not, then okay. And another thing is, like somebody might say, I want to go to gym every day, but the gym is like 10 kilometers away. You are not going to do it. Okay. So to habituate yourself, find something which is very near to you, or getting into online classes like that. So something, and the next time uh, you every time you feel hungry, every time you stressed out, you want to reach out to some food. So wherever the working place, wherever you have, mostly we'll have chip packets, chocolates, this kind of things which are ready made, we can eat easily. So instead of that, on Sunday prepare 2-3 varieties of protein dishes and stock it in your fridge, or if you can even keep it outside. So whenever you feel like going, you can just go and have those protein items, so that you are setting yourself for succeeding in a particular behavior pattern that you want to adapt. The next point is think addiction, not subtraction. Okay, think addition, not subtraction. So tomorrow onwards, I will not take coffee, or tomorrow onwards, I will not watch reels. That's not going to help, because you have compounded that bad habit to so many months and years together. So you need to subtraction. So maybe instead of half an hour, I will watch only 10 minutes, or instead of 3 cups of coffee I will drink only 1 cup. So this is how you need to subtract something, and you need to add something to support your good behavior. The next one is go for a PDF, public display of accountability, and this we are doing it, especially we are doing with our coach. Like we are sending our goals, we are sending our accountability message. Instead of that, you have somebody in the family, like maybe somebody who can support you, rather being very sarcastic. Like sometimes when we want to do diet, all of that, hey, you will not do it. Your like, it's kind of like our January resolutions have a funeral in February like that. So we start in the morning, and family members only sometimes they just make some comments which actually discourages somebody even when they want to do. So what we need to do is, you can simply say, today onwards I am not going to take coffee, or today onwards I am going to take 1 cup of coffee. So all of you in the family members support me. Like that, when you make a public statement, so that's what we are doing. This month I'll complete core, this month I'll do core plus, all of that we are making a public display of our accountability, and accordingly we are working. So that's what we need to do even in our personal life. When we are installing a good habit, we need to tell them. So here author gives a beautiful example. It's not only in the family, even when you go to the office, for the colleagues, all of that, every time you have a same company where 2-3 people go and have coffee, or 2-3 people go for smoking, or 2-3 people go for chit chat. Okay, you have a company of people now. So here one lady, what she did is, she had, every time she had this habit of drinking, taking this so much junk food. So in her office she put a big chart, and she has written some goals. She has put some numbers, and she announced, say guys, tomorrow onwards I'm not going to take this. And every time she succeeded, she ticked that. So suddenly people started noticing, and they started appreciating, yes, you are doing well, you have progressed 5 days, you are on your word, like that. And slowly she overcame with that. And again author says, his own wife was asked not to drink coffee, and it was difficult for her. So what he did is like, okay, I will accompany you, both of us will try. So together they did, and she was able to let go of that habit. So like that, we need to have a public display of our accountability. Find a success buddy. Like we have, like when we were kids, like we used to study in the 10th class syllabus, all of that. So we used to have, like, I cannot study single because we get distracted. So I always have a friend. We both study. Okay, this chapter we will study, after 30 minutes we will tell each other the answers. So that's how I study. We all might have done that way. Or I ask my friend, I'll keep quiet, you read out loudly, because I am very, very highly auditory learner. So I listen, I learn a lot. So I used to ask her to read. So these are few techniques I used, finding a buddy to succeed in those 10th class exams. And right now also, we can do something like that. Like we have, all of us are having teams, and we want to do core. We are sharing ideas how to do core in our platinum groups, and everybody is implementing, and we are sharing what is working, what is not working. So everybody is on the same goal and working, and we are sharing that. So with the similar people having similar goals and vision, you can just buddy with them, and you can do together. Because sometimes even you lose the motivation, the other one might have that motivation, and you go forward in. Okay, next one is complete competition and camaraderie. Okay, so again, you, as I said, that example of a lady who displayed in her colleague, in her office, the chart board, like she's, whatever I'm going to do, I'm going to do. It's a competition. Like suppose couples are doing, okay, say I will lose 2 kgs by the weekend. Like that, they can keep a competition. So like that, or comradeship and upper, like it's a kind of together, like again, find a success buddy, like that. So celebrate every small change that is happening in your life. We need to celebrate. Otherwise, our ourself human nature is that for everything that we need recognition. For everything efforts that we make, we need approval of someone means, in the sense, it is even our own self. We can do that. Unrecognized actions, unrecognized efforts actually discourage the person. That's what, even if you, like I say, I would like to take every day, I'm having 3 cups. So I took 1 cup today. Then you need to treat yourself. Treat yourself not with another cup of coffee, but you can appreciate yourself well. Okay. So maybe you can tell, like I told how I worked with my anger. Like whenever I get angry, I was not able to control. So I asked Sharon, like, next time I get angry like that, you just support me. Don't tell anything. Our time low, don't tell anything back, because I get triggered. So slowly he helped me, and right now we are having healthy discussions. We do end up sometimes in agreements, but we are having healthy discussions. Okay, come on, let's not fight. Okay, what can good? So this kind of maturity discussions I can only do after I worked with that. Now again we have 99% of failures and successful flows, and people who are successful and people who are failing in life, 99% of them have common things. They have common thing, that is, they hate doing the same thing every day. Okay, both people who are failing, they don't like to do same work every day. People who are successful, they don't like to do every day. But the difference is, people who want to be successful, they do them somehow. Even if it is boring, they just do it. Even if they can't get up, they get up. Even they don't want to attend, they attend, because they want to be successful, because their success is driven by their core values, and their core values are driven by their why power. So, and this doesn't happen within 1-2 days. We need to be patient. We fail. Every time we fall, we just need to pick up ourselves and again start doing efforts. And that's how we end up becoming a more powerful, inspiring, and influencing human beings in our life. So that's a little bit today about this one. So one to strategies we learned how to empower ourselves. So that's a little bit. Thank you. So you can just share. I took few minutes extra, 10 minutes extra. So you can share your, points, your takeaways. Yeah, Michelle.
Great afternoon, everyone. So it was a very eye-catchy presentation, Anita. So thank you. With this call, what I have observed, and sir was telling, like, while you're telling, so think yourself what you will do in that situation. So, like, I was observing myself that you have told, so change the question. So, and if you are you have something there, so if you are telling that if there is a risk for you, do you do that? Are you able to do that? So you have given some questions about it, so we could check ourselves, so how we are. And one point is that, like, um, while I was like, I want to grow, like my team should be growing, like that we will be thinking, okay, so, or my child should change, or my husband should change. So these are the perceptions while we are going forward in the day-to-day life. So while you have asked the question, so what do I need to do? So that was, so only that question we are into till now. So now when you have told that, so whom you have to become, so in that, so that is the one statement. So I have thought, like, when I am questioning myself about my family or the team, so how I should grow them. So then whom I should be that. So that is the one thing I have taken out, Anita, and that on that I want to master it actually. So that point I would like to take out and do that, because it means a lot for in every situation. So then definitely, if I'm observing that point, that statement, so I will be changing the mode of action or my mindset. So definitely, when I'm changing it, all aspects will change, fall in a line. So that is the one area I want to work it out. And when you have said that goals, while we are going with the goals, so even many times we'll be telling, like, as you have said, by end of the month, okay, I have chosen 100, but now, okay, let it be 50, next month we will do. So it is not that myself, I should change myself in that mode of thinking. So that is the area. One more thing, I should be consistent on the goal, then definitely I'll be going into it. So the area of the behavior, so I need to observe it, and I should be stick on and need to work on it, Anita. So this is the major areas I would like to work on. So yes. So I think you can share one point.
Yeah. Now what we do is, since we have little time, and take this everything, we'll share it in the
Sure.
group. What we do is, what is one point that you want to implement from today's call? Only that one point we'll share. Okay, everybody understood, no? Okay, yeah. Ekkada Sweta, where is Sweta? Like, she's there. Okay. So meanwhile, we'll ask Sudha.
Yeah, good afternoon, everyone. So my takeaway is about the habit installation protocol that you have explained, Anita. Even before also we had this, explanation in 5 a.m. club also. There we have found the destruction phase, installation phase, and integration phase, how important they are while we are installing a habit. So, earlier I have a habit of, I used to discontinue writing this daily discipline, because if I want to write, I should write in the night itself. I don't want to write in the morning, because it's going to disturb my rest of the day. I plan several other things in the morning, so I don't want to write in the morning, even though if time permits also. So because of that reason, I was, inconsistent in writing for so many days till last month. So I made a strong decision that whatever may be the reason, I should write it. But if at all I can't able to write it in the night or in the morning, at least I should be writing in the 10 o'clock in the morning or 11 o'clock at least. So if I can able to start that, if I can able to break that pattern, then definitely I'll be into that, installation phase. It will be painful in that beginning, but at a point of time I'll feel that comfort while writing. If I can't write it, it will be kind of something big, a bad thing I am facing during that day. That kind of feeling is there. So while breaking any behavior, there will be a painful situation, but if you can't interrupt that behavior, we can't able to reach our goal. So this one thing I want to implement in my further actions also, and I just want to master that HIP process.
Okay. Thank you. And Dr. Archana.
Yeah, good afternoon, and all. One more exciting and interesting session from you, Anita. So I want to implement on two parts. I got connected